A Lehigh Valley museum is giving us a glimpse into the past. A new exhibition will take us from colonial-era printing presses to today's local TV and digital platforms.
Sigal Museum is opening Read This, the history of media in Northampton County. 69 News reporter Sierra Janelle is live in downtown Easton with more. Sierra.
Good morning, Even Hostile. Yeah, lots of history, especially in Easton lately, that we've been covering, and we have another really fun exhibit that is opening tonight, opening night, really exciting. So I'm joined here with Tim, who's the curator of exhibitions, and here with Megan, who's the executive director of the museum. Guys, good morning. Thanks for being here with me.
Good morning.
Yeah, so tell us a little bit about where we're standing and what is opening tonight. Very exciting.
Sure. So we're at Sigal Museum, and we're in downtown historic Easton, and indeed we are opening Read This, the history of media in Northampton County exhibition. We're incredibly excited and incredibly grateful to our sponsors, including the County of Northampton and Brown Daub Family Dealerships.
Yeah, that's fantastic. And you were telling me that this has been years in the planning, right? Tell me what goes into putting on an exhibit like this.
Well, Tim makes it look easy, but indeed it's 5 years of really hard work and to really, get into the research, get into objects, and really pull out a conversation that our community wants to hear right now.
Yeah, and I mean, this is right up our wheelhouse. I mean, where did this idea to kind of talk about media here in Northampton County over the last 250 years come from?
Sure. So we started out really trying to look for the parallel between what media was like, the parallel between the Revolutionary War period as well as modern day. So poor Tim had a really fun task of creating this beautiful exhibition to cover that very simple topic.
Yeah, and how about tell us just kind of an overview of what we're going to expect to see this morning? I mean, there's a lot here to really go over.
There's a lot here, but really ultimately it's about the power of media, right? And we think now we're living in this media ecosystem where we're being bombarded with information from all different angles, right? But at the time of the American Revolution, people were as well. So looking at information during the American Revolution and the things people were talking about as it was happening, their world, while the technology was very different than ours, was also very similar, right? They're being bombarded with news from all over the world, news from relatives all over the world, information and misinformation, right? So it's for us and for this exhibit, it's looking at that time and thinking about it, very much through a modern lens.
Yeah, I mean, it's incredible to see, to really be here and see how it's changed throughout the years. I mean, what would you describe, what do you want folks to really take away from this when they come here and visit?
Sure. So I think Tim did a beautiful job here talking about the Declaration of Independence. And this is the perfect example of there's some things we do know and some things we don't know. So it's important for us as historians and museum professionals to present the facts. What do we know and what do we not know? So we really want people to come away with a better understanding of what 1776 might have looked like here in Northampton County.
Absolutely, very different time back then. Yeah. All right, guys. Well, we have a lot to look at this morning. Thank you so much. We'll chat with you in a little bit.
Thank you.
All right. For now, guys, I'm going to send it on back to you. I mean, a lot of history here to think that, way back when. We're talking way before we were even here doing our jobs on TV. So, I mean, we have a lot to look forward to this morning.
All right. Taking it back. All right. Thanks, Sierra. A Lehigh Valley museum is giving us a glimpse into the past. A new exhibition will take us from colonial-era printing presses to today's local TV and digital platforms.
Sigal Museum is opening Read This, the history of media in Northampton County. 69 News reporter Sierra Janelle is live in downtown Easton with more. And Sierra, last time we saw you, you were doing something. What was that?
Good morning, Even Hostile. Yeah, I'm still learning every hour exactly what I was doing. I'm going to ask Tim, who's the curator of the exhibition. He actually worked for the last 5 years to put this together, to explain to us exactly what I was doing in my teach just a couple minutes ago. Tim, good morning. Tell folks at home what I was just doing, because I'm sure it was a long time ago that they were doing that.
You were working a printing press.
Yeah, printing press. Now, what is that for those who don't know?
That is how you would make text historically, right? You're going to be putting type in there and you're going to be using ink to make copies.
Yeah, that is so neat. We are learning so many things just every hour here at this exhibit. I mean, tell folks what can folks anticipate when they come here? What is this?
This exhibit is about the power of media, really from the American Revolution to the present. So looking at the ways in which information and misinformation have shaped our lives, both historically and today.
And what exactly can we expect to see here when we walk through the halls?
All sorts of things. So ideas of different, technology we've used, things like printing presses like you used, the story of the Declaration of Independence, examples of local misinformation in the 18th century.
Yeah, certainly a lot here. And I am going to go over to Jessica, who's with Lehigh Valley 250. She's a coordinator here. Tell me how the role that this organization plays with this museum.
Absolutely. Lehigh Valley 250 is the epitome of collaboration here in the Lehigh Valley. So this exhibit here is the first of 7 that are opening. We're excited today to have the very first ones get started, but they're all stories we're telling about the role the Lehigh Valley played in the time of the founding of our country. And what's really special about all of these 7 exhibits that we're going to be unveiling is that they all share some new stories and new history that most have not known about the Lehigh Valley before.
Wonderful, Jessica. And I understand the opening night is tonight for this exhibit, so very exciting.
Yes, very exciting. We encourage everyone to come out because I do believe that even if you've lived here for your whole lives, you're going to learn something new for sure in each of these exhibits that we're sharing.
Absolutely. I mean, 3 minutes of this interview isn't enough to really give you guys the full scoop. I'm going to turn it back over to Tim, who's going to explain exactly where we're standing here, Tim.
Sure. So we're standing in this kind of moment of something that people don't talk about and many people are surprised to find out about locally, which we're standing in front of a copy of the 1780 Register of Enslaved Persons for Northampton County. In 1780, 58 people were listed as enslaved in the county. This is part of Pennsylvania's gradual emancipation. Very often people are surprised to find out slavery existed here in Pennsylvania and here in the North. It did. And in fact, people were enslaved in Pennsylvania into the 1840s. So for us, as we're looking at the time of the American Revolution, when they're standing in Center Square reading the Declaration about self-evident freedoms and this idea of like your ability to make choices on your own, that freedom was for some and not for all. And that's a very important story to say out loud. So we're really kind of focusing on that in this story here at the Sigal Museum and as part of Lehigh Valley 250.
Absolutely. Lots of lessons to learn here. And I do understand that this is very family friendly, right? For all ages that folks can come here and learn these lessons.
Absolutely. Yeah, this is everyone's history, right? So anyone from children to adults, we talk about it here in this exhibit, and we have programming that will talk about it for a wide range of audiences as well.
Wonderful. Tim, Jessica, thank you guys so much for now. I'm going to send it on back to you guys in the studio, trying to get all different angles here of this exhibit. Make sure you stay with us for the next hour. We're going to travel over to the other side. We got a lot more to talk about.
Okay.
All right.
A lot of history there.
Thank you, Sierra.
All right, good. A Lehigh Valley Museum is giving us a glimpse into the past. A new exhibition will take us from colonial-era printing presses to today's local TV and digital platforms.
Sigal Museum is opening Read This, the history of media in Northampton County. 69 News reporter Sierra Donnell is live in downtown Easton with more. And Sierra, have you seen me and Eve on the walls there?
Good morning, Even Hostel. You know, we haven't made our way through the whole museum just yet, but I will definitely keep an eye out. Now, I'm sure, as you can see here, your TVs at home that you're watching us on this morning probably look a little bit different. Perhaps you have a flat screen TV, or maybe you're even watching us through our streaming website. I mean, things have really changed and evolved through the years, and that is what we are getting a focus on this morning. So I'm over here joined with Megan, the executive director of the museum, and Tim, who helped curate this entire exhibition for the last 5 years. Guys, good morning. Thanks for having us.
Good morning.
Absolutely. So tell us a little bit about this lovely setup that we had here, this cozy living room I was just sitting in.
Sure. So you are blasting back to the past of 1960s. Tim has done a beautiful job of presenting a deep fake. So we're talking about the history of media. Television is obviously media. So this is an important moment to talk about deep fakes in modern history.
Absolutely. And throughout the morning, we've really kind of made our way up here to the digital platforms and stuff. Tim, let's talk a little bit more about what else is in this museum, what folks can anticipate when they come out here and see.
Sure. So it is anything from our Nixon deep fake, and then the section we're standing in now is about misinformation happening in the county kind of throughout its long history. I think a really good example of that is that ballot box over there, because there's this instance in 1799 where a local newspaper owner runs a story about a fake illness in Easton in an attempt to suppress the vote. So really this idea of misinformation and disinformation, it's so much part of our modern world, but it's also something that's existed as long as information has, and we really want to showcase that as well.
Sure, and tell me about the planning that's went into this for the last 5 years. Whoever wants to speak on it, I mean, I'm sure together you had to put your heads together to really go through each era and bring this to the way that it is now.
Yeah, we thought it was really important, obviously, looking looking ahead to 2026, which is the nation's 250th birthday, we really wanted to talk about a topical conversation, and certainly, you know, the misinformation, what it was like in providing information in the Revolutionary War period, and how similar that is today. So we thought it was really important to bring it for an exhibition to the whole county.
Yeah, and you guys really touched on everything. I'm right now, Taylor is showing you guys a typewriter. I mean, the classic throwback, right, Tim? I mean, you had to really incorporate everything you could just to bring people back to this nostalgia.
Absolutely, and I think kind of what I'm trying to do here is really introduce that idea of nostalgia, right? The idea of using keys on a typewriter, really the like analog TV, right? Like this idea that like media in the past was so much more like tactile, right? Compared to our modern world where a lot of it happens on a screen in our pocket, right? And that kind of comparing them and contrasting them, but also kind of drawing these connections across time.
Absolutely. All right, guys, I understand folks can come here at 10 a.m., right?
Yep. Yeah, we're here Thursday through Sundays, 10 a.m. All of our information is on sigalmuseum.org, so please do come out to the exhibit.
Wonderful. All righty, guys, thank you so much for everything. For now, I'm going to send it on back to you guys in the studio. I'm going to keep an eye out, looking for you guys still, even Haciel. Like I said, we got many more halls to walk through.
Hopefully we're not like a historic exhibition just yet. Maybe in the future, you know.
Wow.
That's funny.
Lots to get through there, huh?
Yeah.